Hey gang, Scott Perry here, vintage blues guitarist and the creator of GuideToGuitarLessons.com. In this lesson I'm going to show you how to play a 6-2-5-1 turnaround. I'm going to show you how to insert this into a dominant blues in the key of G and how you can play that progression in two different positions on the neck and how it can be used to play a bunch of songs, including the one that I demonstrate here, Louis Jordan's I'm Gonna Move to the Outskirts of Town, which was also a favorite of B.B. King's. The turnaround that I want to show you is called a 6-2-5-1, and to play this turnaround we just are going to use the same two grips to find our 2 and our 5 chord in the key of G. So G's my 1. Well, my 2 chord is going to be the same grip, simply 2 frets higher with my 2nd and 3rd finger at the 5th fret. That's my A7, the dominant version of my 2 chord. The 6th chord is going to use the other grip, and it's going to have my 2nd and 3rd finger at the 7th fret. That's my E7, the dominant version of my 6th chord. Now I'm going to play and sing a verse and a chorus of I'm Gonna Move to the Outskirts of Town. It's a big hit for Louis Jordan back in the day, and it was a favorite of B.B. King's. And I'm going to walk you through the changes because they're a little bit more sophisticated than what I've played up to this point. The first measure is G7, second measure is C7, third and fourth measure back to G7, fifth measure, C7. The same grip could pass for a C sharp diminished, and that's what we're going to call it in measure 6, although nothing has changed in terms of our fingering. Then measure 7, I'm back to G7. Measure 8, I now go to my E7, my 6th chord. Measure 9, I'm at A7. Measure 10, I'm at D7. And then for measure 11, I double up. I play for the first half G7, the second half E7, and in measure 12, the first half I play A7, and then I play D7 for the second half. So here, coming up is the first verse and chorus of I'm Gonna Move to the Outskirts of Town. Actually, it's the first chorus and verse of I'm Gonna Move to the Outskirts of Town. Before I play the tune, I want to give you just one more tool that you can use as you're working up these arrangements with these chord grips. And they, again, come from the playing of Freddie Green, and it's going to just allow you to play with a little bit more self-expression and a little bit more diversity. And the concept is approach chords. And it just simply means that any chord grip that you intend to land on, say this G7, you can approach from a fret below or a fret above. And you'll see me use this as I perform the tune. I'm gonna move, I said, way on the outskirts of town. I'm gonna move, I said, way on the outskirts of town. 'Cause I don't want nobody who's hanging around. I said, I'm gonna move away, honey, move away from here. I don't want me no Iceman gonna get me a Frigidaire when we move. I said, way on the outskirts of town. 'Cause I don't want nobody who's hanging around. Let me show you how to play those same changes in a second position on the neck. I'm going to walk you through the changes first. So here's my G7. It's a 10-9-10 grip. Second measure is a C7. That's an 8-8-9 grip. Measures 3 and 4, I'm back to my G7. And measure 5, I'm back to my C7. Now here's the change. To play the C sharp diminished chord in measure 6, I'm going to use the second grip I showed you and play it in a 9-8-9 fingering. That's a C sharp diminished, and you can see that now that will provide really nice voice leading for grabbing the G7 in measure 7. Measure 8, I've got an E7 grip here, 12-12-13. Measure 9 is A7, 12-11-12. Measure 10 is a D7, 10-10-11. And then measure 11, I split between G7 and E7. Measure 12 I split between A7 and D7. So I'm going to play through the changes now, pretty straight, and instead of singing, I'll just call out the chords. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. G7. Measure 2 is C7. Measure 3 and 4 are G7. Measure 5 is C7. Measure 6 is my C sharped in. Measure 7 is a G7. Measure 8 is E7. Measure 9 is A7. Measure 10 is D7. Measure 11 I split between G7 and E7. Measure 12 is A7 to D7. Here we go.